Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am the Desert Claw. And before we get started, smash the like button and subscribe for more content and leave a comment. All three of these things combined help the growth of the channel and it's greatly appreciated. And also, if you haven't seen this week's episode of Attack on Titan, there will be spoilers, so go watch it first and then come back and we'll talk about it, okay? Cool. So, this episode has Eren facing off against the Warhammer Titan, which I think has some of the most impressive abilities I've seen out of all the Titans so far. But before the episode gets started, we get a little bit of a flashback scene with Willie Tybur, and he's going over with the general his plans on coming out in the open, because turns out the Marleyan army knew this was going to happen. They knew some sort of attack was going to happen. They had some kind of intelligence going on. Willie Tybur knew about it, and he specifically planned to basically die during this ceremony. And the reason for it is because the world does think the Eldians are devils, but the Tybur family has been the lone Eldians that have established good relationships with the rest of the world. So it is incumbent in his mind that he cannot be the last man standing during this thing. So he knew he was going to die. And he even, hugged his kids goodbye, his wife. His youngest kids probably didn't know that he was going to go. He probably kept that from them, but his wife and everybody else knew that this was going to happen, and it does happen. So when Eren comes out, he goes straight for Willie Tybur, because Eren's goal, obviously, is to have as much Titan powers as possible. He's got two right now. He's got Attack Titan, Founding Titan, and he's, like I said, he's got supplementary powers like Hardening. So this would increase his arsenal, because, as you can see, the Warhammer Titan is extremely, extremely powerful and has a very unique ability. So I'll say that it can surround itself with a hardening plate, except over its mouth and looks like under its eyes. It can create weapons out of nothing using hardening. So, and this ranges from spikes from the ground, giant spikes from the ground, creating Warhammer type weapons, creating a crossbow out of nothing. So this is, if you thought the Beast Titan was OP, you haven't seen nothing yet. Also, later on in the episode, you find out that the Warhammer Titan does not have its nape, or at least its user, in the same spot as every other Titan. It's able to create like I don't know if you want to call it like a wire extension, and hide itself anywhere it needs to, and then that's where the user is, and then the user is crystallized. So it is an extremely unique Titan, and I don't know if this is because the Tybur family has been in high status for years, and so they've been passing on how to use the Titan every time more and more, and just getting more out of it. Whereas the other Titans, maybe they could do interesting things like this, but the education, so to say, is not there. It isn't passed down correctly. As you can see, for example, if you don't have a perfect candidate, the Titan's powers can't be used to its full extent. And a good example of this is, for years in the community, people call Ymir's Titan the Dancing Titan, but it turns out it's the Jaw Titan, and she did not fully manifest the jaw faceplate like Porco does. So compatibility is super important, and to me, the Tybur family has gotten this down. But Eren in the Warhammer Titan fight, and Eren literally gets his ass kicked. But Eren was playing this person on purpose, and at the last second, the Mikasa shows up. The Survey Corps is here. And she takes on the Titan basically by herself. And then you get to see the Survey Corps come back. Not to mention, like, before I get to that, all the death and destruction. Like, Eren has turned from a really whiny, angry protagonist to a cold, calculating, ruthless tactician, in my mind. That's what I've gotten from these last two episodes. Like, for example, Mikasa basically points out to him that he killed civilians, and he didn't even bat an eye. He didn't say anything. He just kept focused on what his goal was. So this is a completely different Eren, a grown-up Eren. You could see the manifestation of this at the end of the last season, where Eren could not be satisfied with the victory they had, that he's like, over the seas, there's monsters over there. Eren at this point in his psyche, he's kind of like Tony Stark in a sense, where Tony Stark could never be satisfied and be calm because he knew there were threats out in the universe, so he kept doing things that were supposed to be good but then turned out to be bad, like the Ultron thing in Avengers 2. I know it's not my favorite episodes too, but it seems like even after you beat one enemy with that mentality, there's got to be another enemy out there, and you can never be safe. And I feel like Eren has that same problem. We'll see. But the survey coach show up, excuse me. And what's interesting is the whole crew's here: Connie, Sasha, John. I haven't seen Armin yet, but I think I might have caught him in his uniform. Like, he was clearly the person that led Peak and Porco to the pit last episode. At least I think he was. I think I caught a glimpse of him in the background, so we'll probably see him next episode. But the scouts are like Batman now. This is the coolest thing. They're basically wearing like heavy Kevlar armor. They've changed their 3D gear. They're basically like Batman's grapple hook because they're coming from the hand instead of from the hip. Most of them are now, almost all of them, except for one that I can tell you about, we'll talk about that later, are using range weaponry now. And so they have anti-human gear, which are guns, and then they also have the thunder rods, or whatever they're called, which cause massive destruction to not just to both people, but if aimed at a nape of a Titan, they're taking them out. So they've moved on from that. Hanj has clearly upgraded their arsenal. The Survey Corps are a force to be reckoned with. No longer are they just scouting around the Paradise Island to know the truth. They're a military precise group. They're the Navy SEALs of Paradise Island, and you get to see their new outfits here. They look like Batman to me. They look super cool, and you get to see everybody. You get to see all your favorites, and I don't know. I was really excited to see everybody again. And then Eren figures out the Warhammer Titans issue, like why he wasn't able to get to the nape, because the nape was underground. It was like a long cord coming out from the foot of the Titan. And so Eren has Mikasa distract her. Eren then retransforms back into the attack Titan, grabs it, and is able to disable the Warhammer Titan. And the Warhammer Titan user is crystallized exactly how Annie was crystallized after she was caught, and presumably still crystallized at this time. And so Eren's about to eat the crystallized Titan, and then the Jaw Titan, Porco, shows up at the last minute and gets his teeth into Eren at the nape, because he's thinking he's going to take back the founding Titan. And at the last second, Levi shows up and just like dislocates the bottom of his jaw. So let me just say a thing about Levi. Levi is clearly still using the old gear because he's still using swords, and he has his grappling hooks are at the hip, but he is wearing the new armor, which is cool, and he's still got his Survey Corps green cloak. So you don't get to see too much of him, but next episode is going to be awesome on that one. But what is interesting is all the scouts, the Survey Corps, start to swarm Porco. And Porco is he doesn't understand what is going on. He's like, the humans are coming after me. See, in his world, since he didn't go to Paradise Island, he's only fought forces in the world that are afraid of Titans. Like, if you remember the first couple episodes, there's a battle going on with an unknown country, and they have anti-Titan artillery, but they're scared out of their wits. What Porco doesn't understand is that the Survey Corps have been throwing themselves at Titans for decades, I don't know, 100 years maybe. I forgot how the longitude of it. Not, obviously the culture of the Survey Corps, but these are hardened warriors. They don't care that you're a Titan. They don't give a crap. So, you see them swarming on him, and he's just like, I can't believe this. These are humans, and they're coming to get me. And yeah, they are. This is the enemy you fear. And so the episode ends as this swarm of Survey Corps come after him, showing that the next episode is going to be quite the battle. But So Peek and Porco are back in this battle. We don't know where Armin is. We know Armin has the Colossal Titan. We don't know where Zeke went. Something's weird about Zeke. I don't know. You would think that Zeke being in the position that he's in, he would have been privy to the same knowledge that Willie was giving the general. But you could go back to the other episodes. They don't seem to have much respect for him anyway. Why was Zeke separated from those two? I don't know. We don't know yet. So we'll have to see. But man, this was an amazing episode. I'm ready for more Levi. A bunch of people online were complaining about the CG. I didn't really notice it, and to me it looked fine. I mean, CG in anime is not going to go away. It's how it's implemented. You know, you don't want to implement it like Berserk 2016. As a Berserk fan, you don't. This was not that distracting to me. I've watched this episode 4 times, by the way. This isn't a one-time deal for me. I've taken it in 4 times. That's how good it is. So go out and watch the episode. Tell me what you thought about it. I cannot wait for next week's episode. But that's it. That's my impression of this week's episode. Go see it. Anyway, subscribe for more content. Hit the like button. Comment for more. And I will see you all next week. Have a good one.